Now, what's happening, good people? Let me go ahead on and just say the phone number is 504.
Said you wanted it loud.
Yeah, you got jokes.
You said you wanted it loud.
Thank you. 504 582 9422. That is the number to get in contact with us. A lot of folks calling. My phone's ringing off the hook. People wanting to talk about the issue. Gee, where you at? You need to talk about these issues. What's going on? I'm like, yes, we know. There was an indictment that came down earlier today from the feds. That indictment included Jeffrey Vappy, who co-hosts here on Thursdays, along with the mayor. So, of course, we said we'll be going through and talking about the indictment, taking your telephone calls, of course, but looking at the issues of this indictment and where were you with it. So 504-582-9422 is the number. Listening to the press conference and listening to some of the things in the press conference, did you know that you can use WhatsApp? What's that? WhatsApp app or what app? What's the name of the app?
WhatsApp.
Huh?
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp. And people could see your text message. I thought that was private.
Or as we say in New Orleans, WhatsApp.
But I guess in the sense of what's private and what's not, ain't too much private these days on that digital platform. And having those conversations was interesting. So, what are folks saying? Are you surprised that happened? And how you feel about it? Come on, y'all. Don't sit back on this one. I mean, this is big. Because he is going to be interesting. Well, I can tell you something, too, that I was thinking about, and I was like, is this all that we're going to find out? By reading the indictment that seems to be between the mayor and the conversation between Jeffrey Vappy. Is that all we're going to find out? Probably not. Probably not. I did think that there was a conversation. I thought was on WhatsApp. Well, WhatsApp was not traceable, or whatever it was that you put on there, nobody could see it or hear it. Because I could have sworn I just saw a commercial on television that states that nobody could see or hear your conversation on WhatsApp. And they said there were pictures and at least 15,000 text messages on that WhatsApp app that folks got a chance to see. What are you thinking? Pop Jones.
Hey, G-Man.
What you say?
How you doing?
I don't know. I'm listening today.
Yeah. G-Man, does a rat love cheese?
I guess so. Why?
What you expected?
What was I expecting about what? What was there an
About-
indictment coming down?
Oh, something they had to get out there so they could let their candidate come in if it's for a week.
But how so? What you mean?
What I mean, You know what I mean.
No, I don't. What you mean?
They want their candidate if he can come in for a week
Come in for a week for what? What are you talking about?
before the election. Before the election,
But she wouldn't get that position.
who would get the position?
J.P. Morrell,
But I thought she was the president.
vice president. They change every 6 months. So she's the vice president now, and J.P. is the president.
Well,
So, but
what's the difference?
right. Well, I was going to say the same thing.
What's the difference between him and her?
None.
No, huh?
Mm.
Oh, what? Say that again?
None.
None. All right now.
I don't see it. I don't see no difference.
I may not be the sharpest knife in the drawer,
All
but
right,
I
Butter.
thought I knew something.
I hear you, Butter. I'm gonna just call you Mr. Butter. Mm-hmm.
Oh yes. So this is the way that works. If we could get her in for a week, that would be something, huh?
Well, I mean, she's not gonna be in a week. Plus, she's a candidate. So, but my deal is this: if there's gonna be a change, now this is what I understand. Now, don't quote me on this part yet until I can confirm it. Is if the governor says that the mayor does not have the capacity to stay in her place up until the time of either the new election or the trial date, he has the ability to make her step down and make the president of the city council take the position or take the standing of the mayor.
So the governor could make her step down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jesus.
Yep.
Boy, you can't win for losing, huh?
You got one hand wash another.
Oh man, I tell you, you could talk about this all day, but I tell you, man, we could have solved a lot of our problems yesterday. Because you know how the enemy feel about us.
Right. Well, I mean, that's
so
what's going to happen.
I don't know. So they see the setup.
Is it what?
I say you see the setup with this.
Oh yeah. And then you got the U.S. attorney reading the indictment in itself, so that everybody can hear it. We'll try to go back and play some of it because he laid it out. But I know that this is one of those issues where I have not talked to her. I did have a conversation, pretty quick and brief, with Jeffrey Vappy. I mean, he was here yesterday, so.
I must have missed that.
Yeah.
But G-Man, in other words, that's all centered around
the relationship between the two of them.
Relationship with him.
Yep. And it seems to be the focus of them calling it a whole bunch of corruption. So, I don't know. Love make you do some crazy things, don't it?
Ooh. Man,
right.
What they want to.
I don't know. I'm going to leave that part alone. So, but look, I got to take my break. Let me take my break here and get
Hey, I'm gonna keep listening, G man, because I know you know some stuff.
We gonna see. We gonna see.
All right.
I'll talk to you in a minute.
Thank you for taking my call.
All right, talk to you in a minute. All right, y'all. Let's take the break. We'll take the break. We'll come back. Have some more. Lawrence, you're up next. Hold on.
Hey everybody, it's Graylin Bryant Banks
and Kimber White Dupree
from the Front Porch.
Some combos are too good to miss. Now you can pull up a chair to the front porch anytime.
Just search WBOK Media and subscribe to the Front Porch Podcast.
Download, share, and hit us with a 5-star rating because New Orleans culture deserves to be heard loud and clear.
The New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation is the nonprofit organization that owns the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival, presented by Shell. With the funds generated from Jazz Fest, the foundation invests in Louisiana communities through economic development, cultural enrichment, and free educational programs. To learn more about the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation, please visit us at www.jazzandheritage.org.
Are you passionate about community safety and police accountability? Tune in to The Monitor's Mic, where we talk about oversight, policing, and you. Hosted by the Office of Independent Police Monitor, we're here to shine a light on policing issues that matter, from real-time policing updates to in-depth interviews. Get the facts and stay informed. We're breaking down complex issues, highlighting community voices, and holding people behind the badge accountable. Join us for an informative hour every Friday at noon on WBOK. Your city, your police, your show. The Monitor's Mic.
Hey, New Orleans, look for important changes to your natural gas service. This summer, Delta Utilities takes over for Entergy Gas with a Louisiana-born, Louisiana-based approach to safe, clean, reliable natural gas. No interruptions or rate changes due to the transition, just dependable service and modernized technology to keep you running smoothly. Get to know us at deltautilities.com and stay tuned for more later this summer. Delta Utilities, focused on natural gas, committed to New Orleans.
Got unpaid parking or camera tickets in New Orleans? Here's some good news. Through August 31st, you can take care of them without paying late fees. That's money back in your pocket. Just go to NOLA.gov/no late fees to see what you owe. You can pay all at once or sign up for a payment plan and break it into monthly payments at no extra cost. That's NOLA.gov/no late fees. NOLA.gov/no late fees. Don't miss out. This offer ends August 31st.
Hello, I'm Gary Clark. Please tune in to Dr. Clark 101, The Living Classroom, which is broadcasted weekly every Wednesday at 12:30 p.m. on WBOK 12:30 a.m. on your dial. And as always, it's been a pleasure.
Join me, Dr. Jaquil Ross of New Schools for New Orleans for Talk That, NOLA Education. This Monday, we'll be joined by Tiffany Delcourt and Jarrell Bryant as they share information about the need and impact of world-class school buildings. Be sure to tune in Monday at 12:30 p.m. on 12:30 a.m.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM. Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, welcome back. All right, my number 504-582-9422. What's going on, Lawrence?
How you doing, Brother Gerard?
Good, brother. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. I enjoy the show. I enjoy the crew. And I thank y'all for giving us the opportunity to make a comment. I want to just say this in regards to the indictment regarding the mayor and Jeffrey Vappy.
Mm-hmm.
I read once somewhere that what's in the dark will come to the light. And I heard somewhere that it ain't what you do, but it's how you do it.
Right. That can't be the end of your comment. Come on now.
That's my comment. I mean, it's simple. It's that simple.
Well, yeah. Sometimes I would look at it and say you're absolutely correct. I just hate to hear that both of them, which I think are good people, got indicted for
absolutely
what? Because of their care for one another. A lot of it has to do with the care they have for each other. And look, and I'm not in the room. I don't know, but I could think so. That they care for one another. So
yeah, here in 2025, I would surmise that, especially when we're in positions, especially public positions, and we are always looked at under a telescope. So it is even more important that the simple rules of what we're taught, people refer to the old school or OG, but when you forget those simple rules, it ain't what you do, it's how you do it. Mm-hmm. As well as, when you believe in an app that says, hey, this isn't going to come out. No, I believe that the old saying is what's in the dark going to come to the light. So, don't tell nobody. and it was once said, and it was pretty harsh, but if three men have a secret, the only way you don't get out is two of them die. So you got to know what you're doing.
Yeah. We hate to hear it. A lot of folks say, I know I got a lot of I told you so's, but I don't care who the mayor was in that position. I don't wish it on nobody.
I wish both of them well. Absolutely, I don't wish,
right.
But it's just that it's out there at this point. So lessons can be learned from it for our future leaders, because there are things that other folk do, and again, they may not be seen or heard or know what's happening. Even when our communities in the hood, they got more drugs being sold in other neighborhoods, but they're not out there killing and hanging on the corner and cutting up. It ain't what you do, it's how you do it. That's my comment, Gerard. Love you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you much, Lawrence. All righty. What you say, Cedric?
Hey, Gerard, how you doing, brother?
Good, brother. How you?
Man, I'm good. And I hate to hear all this, but one thing I say, that's all they got.
You're the second person that said that today. You're actually the second person. Yeah, you're the second person that said that to me.
Huh?
I said you are the second person today that said that to me.
Yeah,
that's all they got.
That's all they got.
Yeah.
Man, they got so many dirty fingers and everything in this town, man, and that's all they got.
Yeah.
But you see what happens. See that people that ain't been in the gutter of these politics. That's how Ray Nixon got caught up. Because he wasn't all the way in the gutter of the politics, the gutter, the shadow government, all that. He wasn't into the gutter of it. And she wasn't totally into it, too, because she wasn't from here.
Yeah.
Maybe she didn't understand it all. They coming for your head, especially if you're trying to do something. And then you're a female with a loud, boisterous voice. You got that big mama voice. You ain't scared of nobody.
Nah. I'm still... I've had this conversation with personal conversations today. Did we skip over a mayor that should have been indicted a long time ago? Did we skip over him?
Long time ago.
Yeah.
You're right, and you're right. Is that all they got?
Right.
And I heard you say something one time about the 8th floor and somebody cutting up there. I heard you say something about that one time, but I ain't gonna get into that.
Oh, that was on the second floor. That wasn't on the 8th floor.
Floor.
That was on the second floor.
I know. I know you know, but but I still say that's all you got.
That's all they got.
And then I think what happened too when you get in this dirty funky game, and some people you don't get no money for you get money from them, and you don't do exactly what they say. Oh, and you talk back. And you got a brown uniform, and then you're a female too? Oh, hell no.
Yes, indeed.
But you know what? Through this whole thing, I remember, I think it had to be on BOK. They was playing when they was investigating Mr. Vappy. They had him. They was asking him stuff. Well, you ever been to her house? That dude, the way he sounded like, he, and I'm like, man, and through that whole thing, Gerard, you know what I used to think about, bro? With that part of that thing?
What's that?
What about her little daughter, man? And I know her husband, he's gone on and all that. He's a man, so, his skin was a little thicker. But what about that little girl, man?
Yeah.
Gerard, I could have everybody in the whole city could vote for me. I wouldn't take on them, not even a dog catcher, man, because we can't even pick up the trash.
So, somebody asked me, they're like, and I think they said it on this air, how come you won't run? This is why.
You wouldn't last, Gerard.
I wouldn't last. 6 months. I wouldn't last. Because I've been cuss somebody out. And then hurt them feelings, and the next thing you know, y'all got the U.S. attorney on there reading the indictment. So I wouldn't last.
They're talking about one time Gerard choked the chicken.
He choked him and then beat his ass right there in front of everybody. No, I wouldn't last. No, sir.
Oh my goodness.
So, But look, let me take these
I don't
calls,
know.
brother.
I
Everybody
don't know, my
want to know.
brother. Or we can just keep holding our heads up high.
Yep.
And whatever you believe in, or if you don't believe in anything, if you believe in the ancestors, you believe in this, whatever you believe in, man, pray for that lady.
All right, Cedric, let me get these calls, brother.
Take care, man.
I'll holler. Cedric.
Hey, what's up, Gerard?
I went from Cedric to Shedrick. There we go.
Yeah, what's up, man? We kind of knew this day was coming, and we all know that we have to be accountable for what we do. Now, is it in what they indicted them for? Is it a reach? Well, that's to hey, and if based on improper or whatever. But my concern is this strategically done to take away steam from the racial email between Pat, Helena Moreno, and one of the businessmen, Bill Hemick, however you say his name. So is this a distraction?
I don't think so. I think this has been on the horizon for a minute.
Right. It's been on the horizon. It's coming out now. But to me, we knew this was going to happen. We knew, if they say they're going to indict you, then 9 times out of 10 they will indict you. But is this taken away from what we, the citizens of New Orleans, should be concerned with?
Is it taking away from it? How so? How can this be taken away? What do you mean?
They say I believe that our future is more important than what's about to be our past. And that's all. And I just pray that people pay attention to the totality of this mayor's race, this city council at large race, your council, all the elections. Just pay attention to this election and look at everything. Do not be fooled.
Okay. Good to know.
And thank you, man.
All right.
Have a good weekend.
All right. You too. George.
Man.
What's happening?
Bruh, when you running commercials and you running a commercial that show a dumpster fire and your target for running is the current mayor who ain't running, that's too much of a coincidence, bro.
I'm sorry, you lost me on that one. What you're talking about?
Hold on a second.
Hello?
Yeah.
I said you lost me on that one. What are you talking about?
Hello?
Yeah, I said you lost me on that one. What are you talking about?
When Miss Moreno shows up running a commercial calling the mayor dumpster fire. That's one of the current commercials she got out there, right? And she's not running against the mayor. She may be seeming like trying to make her point, but I'm like, bruh, this is all too coincidental.
You think that's a coincidence that she said the city government is because she was talking about city government. She said city government is like a fire, on fire. Everything's on fire, right?
Well, she is a part of the city government, and that commercial, the way I accepted it was because she was running all these other commercials, parallel commercials about the mayor being affected during Super Bowl, the mayor doing this. What she didn't say was the mayor closed the city down for COVID, and that's where she drew her biggest circle, bullseye. I ain't no real fan of this mayor, but at this point, when I look at it, I can see all of the powers to be, all of them people who in the gutter, they call it.
Mm-hmm.
This is just one more reaction to create a black vote for Moreno. That's my estimation of it. That's all this is. It is not a distraction. This is intentional. And the way you kind of laid out a part of the conversation about the governor can now step in and not depose the mayor, but expose of the mayor. I'm like, man, I smell doo-doo.
George, what you talking about expose? What you talking about?
You just said he can force the mayor to step down.
Yes. With the indictment, if he does not think that she can complete her term, by law, he has the ability to ask her to step down or say he's going to replace her. And I think by the city charter, the person that will step in is the president of the city council. President of city council right now is J.P. Morrell.
Yeah, I'm like, they're brothers and sisters, bro. There ain't no distinction between them. You know, and my whole point is, I don't have to think about conspiracy right now. This is what's going down in your face, bro.
Mm-hmm.
In the middle of a mayor's race, all of a sudden they indict her. Now we kind of knew that was going to happen because too much other stuff.
Well, one of the people at the press conference asked, "Why didn't y'all just wait until she finished her term?" Nobody could answer the question.
And it went silent. Now crickets, bro.
Yep.
And there we go. They asked the honest question and got no answer. You know, to me, it's just like it's like black people in the city of New Orleans had better really be paying attention to all of this, and them people who gonna jump who gonna jump in the bandwagon and talk all that crap about her. That's past where we at right now. Where we at right now is we should be looking at the future of the city of New Orleans. You know, any registered voter in the city of New Orleans, if you black, I'm gonna say go look at Baltimore and see what a black man can really do when they ain't buying out. I mean, she gave him Granny. You thought that would have got her off the hook.
Yeah, I think they're going to have a hard time with this one, especially if we're looking at this one and they're calling it public corruption. And I guess more so than anything else, this is about more so Jeffrey Vappy than anything else. And look, let me tell you something. You know, and somebody asked me, what do you have to say about him? Has he ever told you anything? No, he has not. And I could call Jeffrey Vappy right now and he'd tell you no. Ain't nothing for me to tell him. And the other part of that is I don't want to know nothing. All I know is the young man is not. He ain't no dummy. And he sat down here and he has held his business for the last 3 weeks. Being an air personality here, that's what he said he wanted to try to do. And I said, come on, let me help you. So that's all I know. That's all I'm gonna say. I know. That's all I do know. And and I don't expect him to tell me anything. And I can tell you, and he'll tell you the same thing. I kind of requested that he didn't have those conversations with me. I preferred not to have those conversations because that's not what I got you here for, and that's not what you came here for. So we talk about everybody else and talk about all the stuff in the world, but this is something that both of them are going to have to weed out and hopefully make just do with what they have to work with. So that's what it is. All right. Let me take the calls, George.
I'm gonna wish them the best, but here's what they should have been doing. They should have been listening to WBOK, bro. And now we can listen to it in the FM. I was listening to you on the FM there, enjoying it, getting these WBOK, gonna give it all the way straight to you, whether you know it, whether you want it or not. And if I ain't listening to Gerard G-Man Stevens on the reality check, I'm gonna miss out on them black facts I need to know. Oh, Wick on the backboard. Wick, you be slamming on them weekends too, but I gotta get you, but you be jamming.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye. T-Bone.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Is this thing on? Did you hear the words that were coming out of my mouth?
What you got,
brother? I should have bet you some play money again that this was gonna happen. I just told you this. Let me put my conspiracy theory card on the table again right now. Pap. I just told you the other day. The shadow government that is there, that has been here, that has drawn a blueprint for how they want to change New Orleans, was engineering this. I told you this the other day.
Mm-hmm.
You did not want to believe me. I said they're going to put her as the front runner. The mayor is going to swing. Royce Duplessis may or may not even be in the runoff. My thought is OT is going to be in a runoff. And the minute he's in a runoff, what are they going to do? They're going to vilify him along with the mayor because of his record, his past record.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? The man paid his debt to society. He's been an informative source on this radio station. He's been a viable citizen serving in the political limelight again. And honestly, and I'm not just saying this because I call this station. I'm not just saying this because I happen to know some of the political roots of this. I'm saying this because he has no scandals in the limelight since then. But on the other side of town, you know they're talking about it.
Oh,
you know they're talking about it.
Absolutely.
And that's what the plan was, to make Helena Moreno a clear-cut winner. Like, we can't vote for nobody else. See, and that's the thing. Certain people get behind certain people in this game. And they want to act like, oh, well, no, we're doing it on the up and up. No, you're not. You're doing some underhanded stuff, too. You got a few aces that you didn't hit in your boot, your suit jacket, or whatever. You are sitting up there, bringing your own cards to the game, and cheating Lamont Sanford at that table. You're not going to sit up there and make me believe otherwise. See, that's why I said from the get-go, to shake things up, I was interested in only voting for somebody outside of the usual politics.
Mm.
See, you didn't get what I was saying when I said I was going to vote for Judge Hunter. But this is exactly what I was talking about. I want these people, you know who you are, that's putting your money up, being the shadow government, nailing or framing, I should say, people like Nagin, people like this mayor, and whoever else speaks out against you who's in the public political spotlight. If you're in politics and you speak out against these people, you're done. Just like the mob. That's what they're doing here. And they went on a federal level. Now, what is she charged with, G? Honestly, what is she charged with?
What is she charged with? You want me to run them down?
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me get to it because there's several different things. It's not just one thing. So she is charged with several different things. Hold on. Let me bring it back up again. Here we go. The charges that we see so far: conspiracy, wire fraud, conspiracy to obstruct justice, false statements, obstruction of justice, and false declaration before a grand jury. Those are the charges.
Obstruction of justice. Okay, now how they figure that? What's the justification?
I have no idea what their analogies are, but you asked me what they are. I'm just trying to tell you.
And that's the thing. It all sounds fishy to me. It sounds like some trumped up stuff. Oh, did I say that out loud? I'm sorry. let me back that up a second. Let me back that up a second.
So,
if you had clear cut proof. If you had clear-cut proof, why bring it up now? What, weeks, months before an election?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't you just wait till she got out of office?
That's it. That was one of the questions I heard one of the reporters
and
ask him at the press conference. Why didn't y'all just wait till she got out of office?
You got the answer. They didn't want to wait for her to get out of office. They want to do her worse than they did Nagin right after Katrina. Brother, when I tell you, I have the membership card. It is on the table right now. I'm going to renew my membership.
You renewing yours? All right.
I'm renewing my membership, dog.
I'm just glad that
it's
you
clear.
you in the group. Thank you for being a part of the conversation and
Bro,
the group.
I'm gonna put 3 blind men on this.
Yes, indeed.
No, I'm gonna put 3 blind bodies on this. The Blind Boys of Alabama, Stevie Wonder, and Ray Charles. They can see that this is what this is.
Yeah. All right, bro. I gotta run in and start the music up.
All right.
All right. All right. More coming up, folks. Alvin, hold on. Terry, hold on. More coming up next.
New Orleans never sleeps, and neither does WBOK. Now, every voice, every moment, and every show is in your pocket. Search WBOK Media wherever you get podcasts. Download, share, rate us 5 stars. Because when you support us, you amplify Black voices and the New Orleans culture.
Tired of the impersonal, one-size-fit-all style of banking? You deserve a bank that delivers exceptional service and personalized attention to your needs. That's the Home Bank Standard. Since 1908, Home Bank has been a trusted financial partner for businesses and families because we go the extra mile to help you reach your goals. See for yourself why Home Bank is good for business, good for life. Stop by any New Orleans area location or find out more at home24bank.com. Home Bank, member FDIC.
Hi, this is Cary Grant. Let's elevate every Tuesday through Thursday from 6 to 7 p.m. as we discuss the community, the country, and the world, from politics to current events and sports. We look forward to your input and continuing the quality programming on your community station, WBOK. Join us every Tuesday through Thursday, 6 to 7 p.m. on Elevated Conversations, the Arnie and Cary Show.
At New Orleans East Hospital, we believe healthcare should come with heart. Located at 5620 Reed Boulevard, we proudly serve the New Orleans community with compassion, courtesy, and a commitment to excellence. From healing to education, we want to be your trusted healthcare partner that's close to home. New Orleans East Hospital, delivering a culture of healthy care.
Uptown, downtown, wherever you are, keep it locked in to WBOK.
The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, welcome back. Welcome back. It looks like folks are camping out, or was camping out, over at the federal court. And now you got everybody and their mama on television talking about the issues that will show that Cantrell and Vappy use city resources, including taxpayer-funded travel, for personal purposes while concealing their relationship from the public and investigators. That is what is being said on the Fox 8 app. I don't know. What'd you say, Alvin?
What there, G?
What's
How you
going
doing
on
today,
with
baby?
you? How you doing, brother?
Oh, bro. Well, gotta just say prayers for the mayor. You know, just first of all, for both of them. You know, once the feds get in your business, it's just a bad situation. But Jason proved that, you know, if you got it right and you can get it right and you got the ducks together, you can beat it. It's far and few between, but we'll leave it at that. Now, like George and like the last caller just said, like we all just know, because again, what we know in our neck of the woods, no answer is a strong answer in itself. Meaning, when you ask the question, why y'all didn't wait and you didn't get no answer, that says a lot right there. So watch this scenario, G. Because not only am I in the club, I'm the truck driver. You heard me?
Yes, indeed.
I move all our furniture to our different meetings and everything.
All
so
right.
that be the case.
There you go.
So, now, watch this, G. Mark Morial did a lot and try to change government and try to change things for people in the city, change things for black people. Oh, and before I say that, so side note, I'm Treese. From this morning, I feel you, baby. I feel you. I understand. But watch this. Here's your answer. Now, when Mark got out, what happened? They tried to get him. They went after Pampy. They indicted Pampy and a couple of other Memorial friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then along came OT. OT said, no, I don't know what y'all talk about, and they sent him up for not saying nothing, right? Then we had our mayor Negan, you know, who people really don't really understand. Like we already talked about what he did for the city, how he kept the city from going bankrupt, kept the city's A-rate and all that other stuff. But what did he say? At the end of the day, we're going to make this a chocolate city. What happened? Indicted. Now, you got another mayor come in and say, I don't care what y'all talking about in Jefferson Parish and everywhere else, we not opening the city. On top of, before that statement, remember, we going to get our fair share in this city because it's time. And what just happened today? Indictment. So, again, this is why I wish and I hope us as black people in this city really understand, especially the ones who understand and got paper and can be able to do something to back somebody that's really in support of us, so they can really understand if you say you're gonna be for the black people, they coming for your neck. Period. And just to go to show you with the back up the conspiracy, like the last caller just put on the line, Gene, like you just said, what would happen? If that happens, if that scenario happens with the doggone governor, we know the fix is in. Because where did them two come from before they came to city government? Baton Rouge.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
Okay. I got you. All right, Alvin, let me take these other calls.
All right, now.
Everybody holding. Talking to you.
Yes, sir.
All right. Terry.
Hey, Gerard, how you doing?
Good.
That's good. I want to be brief. My assessment is that, you know, Gerard, she knew they was going to come after her. So, I mean, I'm just from the old school. Why would you give them, you know, reason, you know? And I ain't ashamed, you know, I know all the details with her and Officer Vappy, but if, Gerard, you're the first black female mayor of the city of New Orleans history, why would you put yourself in that position with the police officer? I'm not saying what happened was illegal because, you know, like you say, innocent till proven guilty. But why would you put yourself in that atmosphere, in that realm? I mean, I can't help them convict me, you know, or put me in a position to bring charges against me. I mean, it's just like she didn't play her hand, and she knows better. I mean, she's not a youngster, Gerard. What you got to say about that?
I don't know. I really don't know. But it looks like there could have been something better done. But I don't know. I think we're going to have to find out by listening. I saw the indictment. I read the indictment. I saw the U.S. attorney or acting U.S. attorney when he read the indictment this morning. But that, I don't know, something else we missing that we just don't know. You got the feeling. You got the feeling there's something you just don't know.
Yeah, I do.
I do. I got a strong feeling that there's something I just don't know.
And all I'm saying is, like, you know, like the last caller said, like OT, Oliver, everybody talking. You know, Oliver is running for mayor, and I mean that's my preference. That's what I'm voting for. And I like the fact that, like the last caller said, he had opportunity to snitch, but he didn't, you know, and a lot of people don't even remember that, but I do, you know, and like I said, I just think he's the best qualified candidate. I mean, that's just my take on the whole situation.
Yeah. All right, Terry. I got you, big brother.
Gerard.
Have a good weekend, man.
You too.
All right. 504-582-9422 for those of you who might be trying to figure out what's going on. It looks like federal prosecutors have decided that they were going to put under indictment the Mayor Cantrell, along with her executive protection, Mr. Jeffrey Vappy. When I look at the Cantrell indictment, 1 count conspiracy, count 3 and 4, wire fraud, Count 6, wire fraud. Counts 8, 9, wire fraud. Count 11, wire fraud. Conspiracy, count 14, conspiracy to obstruct justice. Count number 16, conspiracy to obstruct justice. And count 17 and 18, false declaration before grand jury. That seems to be what she would be charged. So, how does that make this whole scenario either stick or go away? It's going to be interesting to see. It's going to be interesting to see. I'm actually hoping that there is something false returns. And where do we go from here? So somebody asked me, they were like, man, what's going to happen? There are some things that I know I can't control. There are some things that I know that I can control. There's certain things that I can look at and say to myself, well, why didn't that happen to so-so and so-and-so? And why does that keep happening to black leadership, but when there is white leadership that does the same thing, you don't have no indictment? Instead of me making up, because, you know, folks will be like, oh, listen at him. He going to sit up there and just take up for the mayor. I want to hear what you have to say. So 504-582-9422. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen here. We've got to take our news break. Our news is about to come on. And then right after that news comes on, I am hoping that our lines, our telephone lines, will be at the max, full, waiting for folks to call us and tell us what they think. Let me give you the number just in case. Even brand new callers, that's fine. 504-582-9422. That's 504-582-9422. We're going to take our break because we got a news break coming up in just about a minute. Then after that, when I'm looking around and saying to myself, whether you for it or not, come on, let's hear you. All right. So get everybody on the phones. Let's get the phone lines to ringing because I only got one more hour. We got news coming up next. And then we'll come back and take your telephone calls. More coming up right here on WBOK.
From the campus of Xavier University, WBOK Go and Equity Media Station.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. A St. Petersburg, Florida business owner, Brian Longstreth, is urging city leaders to protect street murals celebrating Black history and gay pride after FDOT ordered removal of political or social pavement art. The council delayed a vote, and Mayor Ken Welch says the city will keep finding ways to reflect its culture and values. 81-year-old Gladys Knight has denied her son's claims that her husband, William McDowell, is mentally and financially abusing her. She assured fans she's healthy and excited to continue the Queen's tour after time with family. And a federal judge in Maryland has struck down 2 Trump-era policies that could impact Mississippi's ability to enforce DEI laws. U.S. District Judge Stephanie Gallagher's ruling Thursday orders the Department of Education to scrap procedural guidelines for public colleges and universities, which threaten to cut federal funding to schools that continue DEI programs. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, you folks. Welcome back. 504-582-9422. Jerry on line 1. What you say?
Yeah, Gerard. I was just thinking about the progression, how most blacks started being mayors of those cities and stuff. Is because whites moved out to the suburbs because they didn't want to be around blacks. It goes all the way back from racist stuff. So the things that they were doing was probably more than that lady been accused of doing. See, human beings have foibles, man, and there's very few can withstand the temptations and opportunities to take advantage of situations, to make $1 or $2, or, to just take advantage of what they can, get all the fringe benefits they can from that position. It's something that all of them are infested with, whites and blacks, but they were doing it before we were. But since we're doing what they used to do now, they want the cities back. They want any place that blacks are in control of. They want them back because let's face it, they didn't make it easy for them to become administrators over these places either, because in many, many cases, they never gave their full support to mayors or cities or governors or any of that. They held back some, because they wanted to see them fail. They didn't want to see them succeed, so they didn't give them the full support. So we were up against a stacked deck from the beginning. And it's very, very few people, like I said, can escape, the traps of the little things that come, the liberties and the privileges and the benefits that can come from that position. Obama was one black man. I got to admire him because they watched him like a hawk anyway, but he didn't fall for the thing of trying to do a lot of stuff that was illegal or take advantage of stuff just because he could. So he clean, and they can't get him for nothing because he didn't really do nothing. And it's a trap, that's all. But that lady probably didn't do nothing no more major than any of the rest of them did.
Well, it seems like everybody's saying the same thing, though, Jerry. It seems like everybody's saying that, that's it? That's all they got on you?
She made a few statements, too, on the black hand side, like she was being attacked because she was a black lady over this, and they didn't want to see that. That was true what she said, but the people who guilty of doing that, they didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? And they got power and influence, so they trying to take it out on her right now and prove that black people are just not good administrators, so you don't need to elect them,
Yes, indeed. All right. Thank you, sir.
That's it.
Appreciate it.
Oh, let me lay this on the public again, please, before I leave. That's this. They was talking about voting at a place that I went to recently, and they was talking about the percentage of blacks that vote. Well, I'm going to tell blacks again, and I've been telling them for years now, unless we start teaching our children to watch the news with us, and we started watching the news ourselves to be the example, they're not going to be socially conscious. How would you vote for something when you don't know nothing about it? You don't know what this particular person the platform is, or that woman's platform. You don't know it if you don't watch the news. And news got more than just bad stuff on it. It's got all kind of stuff. It tells you about water, when the water is going to meet, can't drink the water, all kind of little different things about job fairs, social issues, where meetings are, all of that. And they're missing out of being socially conscious, so they don't get involved in this process of who to vote for, who's going to represent them best. And until we wake up to that and start telling these preachers who got a captive audience and anybody else who got a captive audience every week to let your children watch the news, you watch the news with your children at least once a day so you can start becoming socially conscious. And that's I'm going to wrap that right there.
Okay, I got you. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
All right. 504-582-9422. Let me go to this because I do have this from the U.S. Attorney's Office from the Eastern District of Louisiana, the press release. The press release that was given out for the U.S. Attorney's Office, Eastern District of Louisiana on today, August the 15th. It says, Acting U.S. Attorney Michael Simpson announced that the mayor, LaToya Cantrell, age 53, and Jeffrey Paul Vappy, age 52, both residents of New Orleans, were charged in a superseding indictment of federal charges concerning wire fraud and obstruction of justice. Cantrell and Vappy were both charged in a conspiracy to commit wire fraud in violation of Title 18 U.S. Code Section 371, as well as conspiracy to obstruct justice in violation of Title 18 United States Code Section 1512. Vappy is also charged with 12 counts of wire fraud in violation of Title 18 United States Code Section 1342. And Cantrell is charged in 6 of those wire fraud counts. Vappy is charged with making a false statement to the FBI in violation of Title 18 United States Code Section 1001. And Cantrell is charged with 1 count of obstruction of justice in violation of Title 18 United States Code Section 1512, and 1 count of making a false declaration before a grand jury in violation of Title 18 United States Code Section 1623. According to the allegations contained in the superseding indictment, the mayor of New Orleans and Vappy were with the NOPD and member of her executive protection team, developed a personal relationship, intimate relationship, as early as of October 2021, and from that time until Vappy's retirement in June 2024. They embarked on a scheme to defraud the city of New Orleans and NOPD by exploiting Vappy's job and Cantrell's authority as mayor. They have the city of New Orleans and NOPD pay his salary and expenses during times that he was supposed to be there. Claimed to be on duty, but when he was actually engaged in personal activities, often with Cantrell. The allegations contained in the superseding indictment describe the many steps that Cantrell and Vappy took to hide their scheme and perpetuate their continued fraud, including using a secure messaging platform, WhatsApp, to exchange over 15,000 messages, pictures, and audio clips in a 8-month period. So y'all changed over 15,000 messages, pictures, and audio clips in an 8-month period. Intimidating subordinates, harassing a citizen, lying to colleagues and associates, deleting evidence, making false statements to the FBI, giving the grand jury an affidavit signed under oath and penalty of perjury that contained numerous false statements, and ultimately committing perjury before a federal grand jury, all for the purpose of distracting and impeding inquiries and investigating, including a federal grand jury investigation. So I know one of the issues, because this lays out a whole bunch of stuff. But did you all hear the part that talks about them sitting down and having conversation in her office, in Cantrell's office, about Michelle Woodfork not getting the position, allegedly, I'm going to say allegedly, because of the fact that you were not put on, Vappy was not put back on her executive protection team. Well, now, who else would know that? Yeah, I got some people talking to some people. I got some people talking to some people. If that happened. And I could have sworn, if I'm not mistaken, WhatsApp. I thought there was an advertisement, and I'm not trying to say that this is inadmissible in court, but I thought they said that WhatsApp, the information that goes into WhatsApp, was not copyable. You can't copy it. Because this is copying. Because they're telling me that's where it's coming from. And I could have sworn I just saw a television commercial saying nobody could blanket them and get any information on WhatsApp because it would disappear. That's what was said. And that's what was forgiven. I don't think so. During roughly the same time, Cantrell automatically manually deleted thousands of her prior WhatsApp messages with Vappy. As alleged, given at the time, she responded to the grand jury subpoena. She was obsessed and possessed. More than 50 pictures, including what's up at the screenshots of correspondence, and that they're responsive to the subpoena, but which she nevertheless concealed from the grand jury. What? So I was actually proud of one of my constituents, I'll say that had nothing to say. Well, you know what? I don't know if he had something to say or not, but he had nothing to do with this. Mm-hmm. Is this a sad day for New Orleans? Because this is going to be a long, drawn-out fight. I hope, please, Lord, maybe we all need to hold hands today and sing around a kumbaya. And here's the question for you, several questions altogether. Do you think that the governor will try to jump in and take control of her position? Meaning he take the mayor and put his own mayor in there. Do you think that he will say, okay, put down whatever you're doing, tell me that you're going to be here because we need to put somebody in as mayor? So do you think that this person, your governor, will jump into the race and say, okay, enough's enough, you need to step down? And then his jaw says, put your person in that position that can handle being a mayor for a couple of months. And he put in the president of the board. Because if he does remove her, then the person that goes into place would be the president of the city council. That would be he. Does he need to take out? And does she need to come out so that she can concentrate on saving her own life? Come on, y'all, what you think? I know a lot of you are just stunned. But I am looking at a lot of folks that are saying, like, this ain't fair. This don't make no sense. Why are they doing this? Why are they doing it now? I don't know. What you think? Hey, it's Gerard. What you say? Hello.
Gerard?
Yes. Hi there.
Oh, how you doing? This is Miss Matthews.
Hey, Miss Matthews.
Yeah. What I want to say, to me, I just think it's important for us to keep an open mind and not rush to judgment. And remember, everybody is innocent until proven guilty.
Mm-hmm.
I said, because really, I said, when the feds want to come at you, they could build a case against any of us, against any of our family members. I said, so to me, that's important for people to realize, because of the power that they do have. Other thing, what I want to address, like Jerry was saying, it's important for us to have our kids watch the news to be socially conscious. Well, on that point, I would say it is important for us to teach our kids to be socially conscious, but that's a process that starts from the time they're young, talking to them, explaining things to them. But to me, they're definitely not going to learn to be socially conscious from watching the news in New Orleans, because to me, most of these stations are biased, and especially one of them we know is all the way biased. I say anytime you can tell from news stories, when you hear certain stories, they're going to put somebody blackface up there right away.
Mm-hmm.
And when certain stories come up and you don't see no face, then we've all come to the conclusion, oh, that's somebody white committed that. So they're not going to learn to be socially conscious from watching the news in New Orleans anyway. Then the other thing what I was going to say is in terms of power, I have no doubt that, there are people who are like controlling the strings in New Orleans, but that don't mean that we as black people don't have power. Just like A-Rod says all the time, we have more power than we realize. It's just that we have to unite to exert that power. I think we have a lot more political power than we realize. We have a lot of economic power in this city. I say if we stood as a united front, we could get a lot more done. But to me, if you keep buying into the notion that you don't have no power and ain't nothing going to change, then, to me, that's what a fallacy is. So I just wanted to say that. And in terms of the question about the governor, if he could, I wouldn't be surprised, because look at it, what he's been doing. He definitely hasn't been no friend of New Orleans. He's been on a constant role since he took office to take over things in New Orleans, right?
So let me ask you this. Did you notice, and I'm going to take you back for a minute, that all the different things that was happening during the time of the Super Bowl, things that were happening at the end of the last year, and then all of a sudden we saw the mayor be real quiet and cordial
Mm-hmm.
to your governor. She kind of conceded to everything that he wanted to do.
Right.
You don't think she knew then?
I think she knew it. I think she's probably been aware of some things, coming up way before we knew it.
I think she knew it already.
Yeah, I'm sure. Then she got a brilliant attorney, so guess what? What she didn't know, I know he knew. So, but, to me, I just think we need to keep an open mind. I say, and to me, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the plan. Because to me, the whole while this lady was in office, the two main agitators, they wasn't even thinking about their role in representing the citizens of this city. It was all about attacking the mayor and trying to make her look bad.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't be surprised if that was already part of the plan a long time ago.
Yeah.
And to me, think about it. Where did they get a lot of that information from? A lot of it had to be inside information. So to me, the level of hatred that they expressed for the mayor, I wouldn't be surprised if that could have been the plan all along.
Yeah.
But I just think
It's
we
apparent
have to
they talked
realize
to somebody. It's apparent inside they talked to somebody. So, yeah.
Yeah.
You are correct.
Yeah. I've been thought, that to me, some people she had in her administration, she was trusting. She shouldn't have been trusting.
Yeah.
Because apparently they had been leaking information out,
Yeah. So.
And
all right,
I'm going to just say this before I said. The other thing, I think, like he said earlier, a lot of her problems stem from COVID. But to me, she did do the right thing in COVID.
Yeah.
She should have set the city down.
Yeah.
So that's all I want to say. See you later.
Thank you, my dear. Have a good weekend. I appreciate you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Ms. Matthews. All right, everybody hold tight. We got to take a break. Josh, hold on. We coming back. More in just a minute.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat, brought to you by Lowe's.com. Alexio Gibson wants to transform your life with CMOS. His company, Transformation Factory, sells CMOS-based gels and gummies in a variety of flavors. Gibson's product finds a way to supercharge just 2 tablespoons worth of CMOS gel with a ton of vital nutrients. He spoke to Bloomberg about how this product and the idea of embracing a healthier lifestyle is personal to him.
I used to be over 540 pounds, and I've lost over 200 pounds. And with us, you're not just buying the product, you're buying into a community where we're there to help you, guide you, and we're going to expound on that. Having workouts and meal preps and all these different things to help people transform into the best versions of themselves.
Alexio Gibson is an inspiration both as a Black founder and as an important advocate for healthy habits. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
Working as a dedicated Fidelity advisor, I always ask, what's important to you? I'll look at those priorities and goals alongside your full financial picture to build a comprehensive plan designed to help grow and protect your wealth. With proactive portfolio insights and an eye on taxes, I'm here to help you make the most of your money. I'm Laura Maxwell, and I'm a dedicated Fidelity advisor. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
Lowe's knows tough jobs call for tougher tools. The new DeWalt Elite Series power tool accessories are built to last for the pro who doesn't stop. With precision fitment, durability, and impact resistance, finishing jobs faster has never been easier. Shop the new DeWalt Elite Series at an everyday low price exclusively at Lowe's. We help, you save.
Tune in to The Monitor's Mic, where we talk about oversight, policing, and you. Hosted by the Office of Independent Police Monitor, we're here to shine a light on policing issues that matter, from real-time policing updates to in-depth interviews. Every Friday at noon on WBOK.
New Orleans, get ready to laugh.
Join Inspire NOLA, K20, NSNO, and the Nord Commission, a free event for NOLA teachers, parents, and the community. Friday, August 15th at the Orpheum Theater, featuring comedians Frank White, Shady Feelgood, Rob Kazi, and Bruce, with performances by DJ Jubilee, the Big Six Brass Band, PNC, and Subtweet Sean, hosted by Tanya Boyd Cannon and Wild Wayne. Get your tickets and info at inspirenolaschools.org.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM. Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, welcome back. Gerard Stevens, switch it, 504-582-9422. Sad day in New Orleans, as we are learning as much as we possibly can in this 45-page document about the mayor's indictment and the charges that she's facing, along with Jeffrey Vappy, who is part of the family here on Thursdays, because he hosts Thursday's program with me on air. So, what you say, Josh?
Hey, what's up, Gerard?
How you doing, Doctor?
Call. I'm good. So apparently now there's a secret lovers clause, a law, in the law books that allows.
Say again.
Apparently there's a secret lovers law in the law book that allows them to indict you for having a relation with your coworker. So they got to prove that they wasn't doing nothing while on the clock. Now, whatever they did off the clock is none of the taxpayers' money. So I don't see how any of this stuff goes stick. I think it's a waste of taxpayers' dollars, if you ask me. They just throwing everything they could do. I would not be surprised if it isn't jaywalking and loitering in that indictment too. I want to know what planned jury did they bring this indictment in front of to get the indictment. So, like, I don't know if that's enough proof to even bring all this to court.
Yeah, it is interesting that they and most people that have read the document and reading into what's going on, even the U.S. attorney read the document on the air. Every call that I got from everybody that's paying attention to it said the same thing. That's it?
That's it. Then you got 3 people or 4 people that you claim that you say is cahoots with this, and I'm like, come on, man, y'all just this cannot be real attorneys. Can't be. I don't even listen. All I got for credentials for my law ability is I've watched 3 episodes of The Heat of the Night. That's it. And even with those 3,
just 3,
I feel like
wait.
3. It's the most I could stomach. 3 of them. And even with that, meaning that little bitty experience of being of law books, this shouldn't be what it is. The only true victim in this is that man's ex-wife, and if it's true what they did to Chief Woodford to bring in Tweeterberg, then with Tweeterberg's grandmother, then yes, she was wronged in this also. But that's about the farthest I think this should go with anything. If I don't know how to look at it, but Vappy might got to fall on the sword for his old lady.
Well, I think they got divorced already.
Huh?
Didn't they get divorced already?
No, I'm talking about for he got to do it for Contrell. He would have to fall on the sword.
Yeah, well,
to try to get her free from underneath all this, because they ultimately want to do her what they did to what they try to do to Moriel, and they just try to get someone to turn on her, and he the closest one to do it. So if they charge him with enough, they think they'll scare him into doing it.
Because if you remember something, and I don't know if this is a part of the indictment or something, but if you remember, he was a police officer, so how did his information, when they had PIB, how did all that tape get out? Remember that? When nobody's had a conversation about that, because that's a violation of policemen's rights.
Well, if you do the investigation on that, who can do that investigation to find that out? I think it would be tied to that doggone J.P. Morrell for some reason. Oh, I know he eating a big plate of macaroni and cheese with raisins in it, listening to the best of Barry Manilow and loving this moment right here. I know he's loving it, but I think she go I think she gonna come up from underneath this.
Wait, bro. Wait.
Hey, man.
Did you say listen to Barry Manilow?
The best of Barry Manilow.
That man said macaroni and cheese with raisins in it.
Raisin with a mouthful of that in his mouth. Mouthful of it, thinking that's soul food. Ooh, this is soul food. So I know this is the day he loves, but the day she escaped free. I know the day she escaped free, he gonna be upset when that happens. And this is why you don't be wanting they to win, bro, because they be doing some very cutthroat and conniving stuff like you calling this person a criminal, but you really being a criminal in all of this, and no one's catching you.
Mm-hmm.
In y'all backdoor collusions to do what you do. That's criminalistic. That's conspiracy. See, I've seen that on the 3rd episode of Heat of the Night. Learned that word.
You got to stop.
That's
Don't listen to no more or watch no more in the Heat of the Night. Yeah.
You ain't gonna stop me, Gerard, bro. I'm almost one episode away from a law degree. What are you talking about? So, but I just think that she.
Oh boy.
She getting railroad here.
Oh Lord, let me go, bro. I can't take no more. But that was some good ones. You got some good ones, Josh. I appreciate the call, brother.
I try, my man. All right, have a good day.
Hey, you too. Have a good weekend. All right, Ken.
Hey, Gerard, how you doing, brother?
Good, Doctor. How you doing?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Doing good. Look, I'm gonna say this about that. My man was killing me with the raisins and the macaroni.
I know. It took me a minute. I lost it. I was like, did he just say raisins in the macaroni?
I just started laughing as soon as I heard it. But for what it's worth, I have seen the document. Her biggest problem she has, and I represented her as a lawyer in court twice, just FYI.
You did? Okay.
For what it's worth. Yes, I did. With Charles Rice in both Travelgate.
Right.
Which they were just out the box and wrong about, just dead wrong.
Wait. What did you call it? Travelgate, bro?
Travelgate, yeah, it's Travelgate.
Y'all funny today. Y'all got some names. Go ahead, though. I'm sorry, Kim.
No, but with Travelgate, they were just outright wrong. It's an outright overreach of power by the council. And led by, Mr. Morrell and company. But to the point we have right now, her biggest problem is she was trying to cover up, a relationship, if there was one indeed. They say not, so you take people at their word, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's the conspiracy to obstruct justice. They're trying to use this taxpayer money thing. That's all that's real flimsy. But lying to the FBI, the biggest thing you tell any client, don't lie to the FBI.
Right.
Just, if you did something, you did it. Tell the truth.
Right.
Look, we were shagging. Okay, hey, it is what it is, right? The world's not going to come to an end because you were knocking boots or doing whatever you were doing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, every time you lied to them and every time you did something, that's an extra charge because there's so many counts. I have the indictment in the car, and I was trying to flip through it to see what they all are. And I've looked through it prior, and I was just like, this is nothing. Every time you made a bank deposit, that's a new fraud charge. Honest services or fraud, payroll fraud, those sort of things. I mean, but neither one have a long criminal record. They have none. Neither one of them have anything that makes them in such a way that they should go to jail for a long period of time or anything like that. And ultimately, if you ask me, it's my opinion, this is just the predicate for what's to come. See, the contractor fraud with the Randy Farrow thing coming on the back end, the permit gate, we can call that. That's going to be the bigger problem. But when you create a narrative that makes it look far worse than anything could possibly be, people are willing to accept that. And if you think about it, in federal court, think about who the jurors are in federal court.
Right. They're reaching all over the little bitty parishes.
Mandeville, Covington.
And they don't look like us.
They don't look like us. St. Tammany, St. Bernard, Plaquemines, Lafourche, all of that. So, the narrative has already been put out.
But Ken, let me ask you something, because this is something that really important that I'm glad I got a legal beagle on the phone that can answer this for me, because one of the things I saw, this 45-page, this 22-page indictment, 45-page indictment part of it. When I read it, it
Yeah, it's
looked
45
like to
pages.
me. Now, don't understand something. The only legal training I got is when I watch SUV on television. Okay, that's it. But what I'm thinking about more so, and I keep seeing Jeffrey's name keep coming up in here, it looks like to me it's a scare tactic for Jeffrey to turn and become state's witness.
Oh, well, yeah, all day long. I mean, look, the first guy that tells in a situation like this, you get a deal.
Right.
Everybody else gonna catch the brunt. I mean, Ray Nagin caught the brunt. He had a deal on the table that he could have taken. You know, he took $50,000. They were going to give him 2.5 years. He decided not to do that and go to trial. And you know, the late great Robert Jenkins, who is gone, he was a deal maker if he was nothing else.
Yeah.
You know, and I asked Bob, I said, well, Bob, you know, what happened? You could call me, I'd have come in with y'all, and, you know, all the stuff about Home Depot and the government procedural stuff, I could have happily gone with y'all and debunked all that. He said, Ken, you ain't see what they had. You don't know what they had. He said, once you know what they had, he said, I couldn't understand why he didn't take it. You know, so the first guy to flip, Medford was the first guy to flip. Medford did most of the crimes, but he flipped.
Right.
Now, Vappy's got, every time he billed extra hours, that's a problem. So you have payroll fraud. On the federal equivalent is honest services or Hobbs Act kickback violations. She didn't sign any of these things, right? She didn't sign his payroll sheet. So what's she going to say? The conspiracy element that she knew and they were doing it together and whatever. All of that's really weak sauce. Now, will you get a jury to say yes to this? And she's damned if she do it, she's damned if she don't. Because Wendy Bitter is the judge. So, you know, she ain't got no wiggle room. And then they're going to come back with a second indictment, which is called a superseding indictment, which will then have all the contract, the fraud stuff, and whatever else. You talk about somebody quiet. My man Quiet Z-Time, he been real quiet. The Syrian assassin.
Right. That's right. I forgot about your boy. I forgot about Z-Tong. Yep. And
don't sleep now.
Man, you forget. You know they called him the bag man.
Yeah. I mean, look, I done seen my man go to the mayor's office in prior administrations, not this one, because I didn't really hang out around that. I knew the mayor. I know the mayor casually. I'm happy to do what I did in terms of representing her. I don't shy away from that because I represented the office of mayor in the power grab where they're trying to take our city from us. Okay? They're trying to take it. And guess what? If a certain individual gets in there, you can count they're going to take it.
Yeah.
Because they're going to give it. They're going to give it, you know? But that's a whole nother story, man. Let some other folks talk about some stuff. Thank you for platforming me and giving me the chance to speak to this. But yes, you know, this is just the start. This is the front end. And yes, to me, it's been a smear campaign. But my friend ain't done herself no favors in that sense. You know, the way you acquit yourself, the way you do things, you have to be careful. We are black folk, man. We can't do what them white boys do and the white folks do.
Right.
The governor took a whole that had a bunch of plane rides. Guess what? He's still governor and ain't nobody doing nothing. Ain't nobody said nothing to him.
You are correct.
And this is what you get.
And that's it. And nobody else saying nothing. So.
And nobody ain't saying nothing. Boy, in Texas, the same thing. He the AG, top law enforcement officer.
Right.
Stole more, took bribes, you know, took everything else. Trump taking the plane. Ain't nobody saying nothing about nothing.
Not saying a word.
But you talking about this? Come on, man. This ain't nothing but a meatball at best. But if you lied, that's the underlying crime. The underlying crime here is less what happened. It was the lying.
Yeah.
And that part right there,
don't lie
you
to
really
them people.
Can't do too much about.
Don't
lie
lie
to the people.
Yeah.
Don't say nothing before you lie.
And
take it easy and thank you.
I appreciate you, Ken. Thank you, buddy.
All right, bro.
All right, James. James? Did we miss you? All right. So my deal is this. If we had to look at any of these issues, have you all had the chance to read the indictment in itself. Got several folks in it. And it's calling out several different things. Do I think that this is going to stick? I know. I think this is interesting in itself, and what they're talking about with stuff that's specific to the case, calling out people's arguments in public, has an interest in the prompt resolution to civil cases. I'm trying to get to the part where I see fourth borough assessed attorney. You got to read it for yourself. City attorney is actively defending defendants in the civil suits. In some borough claims, the lead investigator, the PIB investigation into defendants Guzman, Gant, and St. Martin. Some of these things need to be talked about as well. It's interesting. It's interesting. But what do you do? Y'all need to understand something about going down to these buildings. And I know Ken will probably come back and say, boy, you hit the nail on the head. Going to these federal indictments, in some cases, you got a snowball's chance in hell in winning. Because when you got a grand jury that don't care too much for us, they don't care. Guilty. And then how easy is it to get an indictment? What? What you talking about? How easy is it to get an indictment? Because I can remember a lot of prosecutors talking about, so man, get an indictment. All I got to do is bring my people. I can get an indictment. It's easy for me to get an indictment. But could you get an indictment if the tables had turned and these folks look like me and you from our neighborhoods and had something to lose? But I do think that VAPI's policeman's Bill of Rights issues are going to be a question that they're going to have to answer. Well, what you mean, Gerod? I'm glad you asked. So when they are down in PIB to have a conversation with him about his role in all of this, remember, they're recording him as well. Those tapes, they got loose. Wait a minute. How'd they get loose? I'm glad somebody asked. We trying to figure that out as well. How did those tapes get loose? And the possibility of somebody's rights, one Jeffrey Vappy, being violated. What? Yeah. How could that happen? All right, 504-582-9422. I tell you what, we'll take the let's take the break first. We'll take the break first and we'll come back. Mr. Lodge, hold on. Hold on, don't go nowhere. We'll take the break first and we'll come back. Have some more conversation with you in just a minute, y'all.
AURN News. I'm Ebony McMorris. The District of Columbia is taking President Trump to federal court, accusing his administration of staging a hostile takeover of its police department, less than 12 hours after U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi installed DEA Chief Terry Cole as Emergency Police Commissioner. D.C. Attorney General Brian Schwab filed suit to block the move. Schwab says Trump's using the Home Rule Act to bulldoze the city's chain of command, strip Police Chief Pamela Smith of authority, and rescind MPD policies, all without legal grounds. Mayor Muriel Bowser is backing Schwab's stance, saying there's, quote, no statute that conveys the district's personal authority to a federal official, and that Smith is still the rightful chief. Bondi's order forces MPD to get Cole's approval before issuing directives, wipes out the city's code of conduct for officers, and toughens cooperation with migration authorities. For AURN News, I'm Ebony McMorris.
It's Off the Top with Norman Robinson on WBOK 1230 AM.
Attention, attention. This is a special message that deserves your attention. Failure to listen could result in death. This is an important word of caution for listeners along the Gulf Coast. There is a danger quietly lurking in our Gulf waters and maybe, just maybe, on your plate. The name is Vibrio vulnificus. Chances are you don't know it, but you should. The potentially deadly bacterium lives in warm, brackish salt water. It can infect and destroy skin and tissue with rapid speed. It's most commonly called flesh-eating bacteria. So far this year, Vibrio vulnificus has been linked to more than 70 infections and 9 deaths along the Gulf Coast, from Texas to Florida. But here's the shocker. Louisiana accounts for 20 of those infections and 4 of those deaths. Normally, the Pelican State averages just 7 cases and 1 death a year. Louisiana has nearly tripled that so far, and the year is not over. Health experts say that is due to rising Gulf water temperatures, which creates perfect breeding conditions. The warmer the water, the more comfortable the bacteria becomes, and the closer it gets to shore. To infect you, all it needs is an open wound, a scrape, or even a slight cut. I'm not trying to frighten you. This is just reality. In the worst case scenario, for those with a compromised immune system, a Vibrio infection can overwhelm the body in just a few hours. Survivors can sometimes face amputations. Others don't make it at all. What can you do if you have an open wound? Stay out of warm, brackish water, especially near the coast. Wear gloves and wash carefully if you're handling raw shellfish. Consider whether raw oysters are safe to eat. Don't assume, ask. And to remove any concern or doubt, make sure your shellfish is cooked. No need to panic or freak out. We can still enjoy the Gulf. Just take precautions and remember to take measures to protect yourself. The best way to live with nature is to learn to respect it. Consider this a special warning deserving your attention. Take precautions, live longer. This is Norman Robinson, Off the Top.
Late nights are made for chillin', and you can do just that every Sunday night at 10 p.m. as DJ Wick brings you The Love Zone. It's the perfect way to top off your weekend with your favorite old and new school ballads. So sit back, relax, and let DJ Wick take you to the Love Zone on WBOK and on the World Wide Web at WBOK1230.com.
Welcome to Chemical of the Month by the community scientists at Rise St. James. This month, we spotlight phthalates, chemicals added to plastics, especially PVC, to make them more flexible and durable. But there's more. Research shows phthalates may disrupt hormones, affect reproductive health, and contribute to environmental pollution impacting our communities. Join us as we explore how these additives shape our everyday lives and the world around us. For more details, visit risestjames.org. Empower your knowledge with Rise.
Got unpaid parking or camera tickets in New Orleans? Here's some good news. Through August 31st, you can take care of them without paying late fees. That's money back in your pocket. Just go to NOLA.gov/no late fees to see what you owe. You can pay all at once or sign up for a payment plan and break it into monthly payments at no extra cost. That's NOLA.gov/no late fees. NOLA.gov/no late fees. Don't miss out. This offer ends August 31st.
Saints of God, it's time for us to tell you the truth. It's time for you to start your 21-day challenge. Don't take another day. Do it right now. Call 504-701-4711. That's the Whole Water Stove, Pastor David Impartan Sr., the host of Change Your Water, Change Your Mind. This is the water that's designed to change your body, the way you think, the way you act, and the way you look. Why don't you start your 21-day challenge today? For $35, you can start it right now. Call me so we can set up your appointment. 504-701-4711. That's 504-701-4711. Change your water, change your mind.
Visit DePaul's new Algiers Health Center at 2801 General de Gaulle Drive to receive primary and preventive care for both adults and children. Services also include behavioral health, imaging, and on-site pharmacy, vision, Medicaid enrollment assistance, and more. For appointments, visit DePaulCommunityHealthCenters.org or call 504-207-3060.
This year marks 20 years since Hurricane Katrina changed our city and our schools forever. New Schools for New Orleans is sharing After the Storm, a special series reflecting on the past 2 decades of change and progress in public education. Through videos, personal stories, and a powerful interactive timeline and data dashboard, we explore how our schools recovered, transformed, grew, and what that progress means for our students today. Discover the videos, data, resources, and stories behind the 20 years of change at newschoolsforneworleans.org/Katrina20.
If someone asks, let them know you listen to WBOK. Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, welcome back. Welcome back. Hey, Mr. Lars.
Hello. I'm just calling to say that I was a native New Orleanian. And
I can barely hear you. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me get him to turn you up a little bit. Go ahead.
Yes, I was born and raised in New Orleans, and I'm just so sorry to hear what's going on in our city right now. I right now live in California. I've been out here 50 years, but we listen to your radio station every day. I just called to say, please vote for Oliver. We are so tired of these outsiders trying to come back in and take over the city and running it into the ground. That's all I had to say today.
Wait a minute. You in Cali right now?
Yes, I live in California. I've been here 50 years.
Okay, what part?
San Diego. Trying to get back home, but listening to your station has gotten us a little riled up whether we should move or not.
Yeah, it's it seems, and I'm gonna kind of lay a couple of things out, but it seems like this is a far stretch.
Yes.
So I'm gonna leave it at that for now, but I got a little commentary before I go off. So
yeah. I just want you all to just put all this stuff aside and vote for Oliver. He's already paid his dues, and he's a native to the city, and he has our best interests at heart. We can hear, we know where Compton is. We know where this mayor grew up, and I don't know how the city even voted for her in the first place, but I can't vote there. So that's all I'm trying to say is that this is really taking us by storm. We'd love to come back and come home to live, but there's so much going on there and so much corruption. And that's all I had to say today. Thank you.
Thank you, my dear. Have a good day, and thank you so much for listening, okay?
Okay.
Bye-bye. Before I get out, because I got about 5 minutes here, let me put some things in perspective. If this makes any sense to you. I may have to hold off on my pointing the finger and saying, oh, I knew this was going to happen, yiddy. I don't know if that's craziness or maturity. I don't know the difference between the two, and I ain't trying to put it in perspective as that part. But what I am trying to put in perspective is the majority of us have been around for a minute. And we have seen a lot when it comes to relationships, when it comes to leadership, from the time that we saw what happened with Katrina to now, since we want to talk about this, 20-year memorial coming up. What bothers me in this whole scenario of things is the takeover or the want to be takeover. You understand what I'm saying? The takeover. The takeover. All of us have seen over and over and over again that there is a shadow government in this city that wants to do the takeover. Does that have anything to do with this? I would say no, vehemently, as we talk about Vappy coming on and having a conversation with us. Well, if I go back and pull all the tapes of Vappy having a conversation with us, Vappy never had a conversation with us about his relationship with the mayor, his job and what he did. He did talk to us about him being a police officer for over, 28 years? And then started talking about other stuff. But as far as what happened or what it is, I was very careful to make sure he didn't, because I didn't need nobody to start no situations up to say that he did, because it didn't. And I'll be the first one to say he didn't. Secondly, it's interesting to me in leadership and what we have seen with this mayor compared to what we saw with Mitch Landrieu. Nobody says nothing about the bullcrap that happened in that last leadership. Now, all of us were sitting back and wondering, when he gonna get indicted? Some of these folks that call themselves watchdogs, they knew nothing. They ain't say nothing. They ain't do nothing. We saw with some of the stuff that was happening here, and they were basically turning a blind eye, which just shows me that in this scenario of politics, I know this is going to piss some people off, but it's the truth. But I know that black folks, I'm talking about you, will probably say amen to this, because I've learned in my tenure here and what I've seen, what I've been a part of, what I saw, what I commented on. It took me a minute to grow up a little bit, because I'm always saying, that's not fair. That's not fair. Oh, what he did is not fair. And then it changed after a certain period of time. And when I say it changed, that comment changed after a certain period of time. Oh, that's not fair. But what changed was my comment and how I feel. No matter if you're right or wrong, because whoever was there before you did it a certain way and they didn't look like you, or they had the shadow government to tell them what to do and nobody said a dang word. Oh, that's not fair. What you learn is you can't do what they do. And that's the end of that. You can't do what they do. And stop trying. And that's the way I leave that. You can't do what they do. All right, folks, that's going to wrap things up for me. I appreciate you for being a part of the conversation on today. Sad day for New Orleans, but we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen. I doubt this is over with at any cost. All right. Y'all have a great weekend. Be careful. Watch out for the weather. We'll see you out in the streets this weekend, y'all. Y'all take care.